Yes, Manchester United have won the Carabao Cup by beating Newcastle 2-0. Yes, Ten Hag's first trophy in his first 6 months as a Man United manager. If you're a Man United fan, be happy. It's been a long time coming and it's well deserved. Great performance today by Casemiro. He dominated that midfield and he scored the goal that set Man United at ease. It was a scrappy game at times, and boy, Man United had to surrender a lot of possession today. A lot of possession, more than I actually thought, more than we usually do. But it doesn't matter, because we got the job done. In the end, like I said, I think today United showed defensive discipline. And in the end, it's the experience and the know-how that got United across the line. It was the Casemiros, it was the Varans, it was the Martinez, it was the World Cup winners, the multiple Champions League winners. These are the guys that just held their nerve and got us over the line. Be happy, time to celebrate, grab yourself a drink. If you're not... Listen, United are still in 3 other competitions. Listen, this is good. I'm happy, man. Guys, listen, smash the like, turn on the notifications. If you haven't yet subscribed, do the damn thing. Let's go, Man United. Yes, yes, yes. Listen. Okay, cool. You know what? Let's talk about the lineup. Let's talk about the lineup first of all, because I know not everyone's fit, but that's probably our strongest lineup right now. Maybe you can argue. Definitely the back four. The back four with Dalot, Martinez, Varane, and Shaw. That's probably our strongest back four. I like the Casemiro and Fred midfield. It's a workhorse midfield. Ideally, we want to get someone a bit more, we want to get essentially Eriksen back in as soon as possible. But that midfield works. It does. We had Bruno as number 10, of course, Rashford on the left. Antony, I think, deserved his spot on the right after the last game. And Big Weggy, Weghorst, down the middle, doing his thing. That's probably our strongest lineup right now, with all the injuries. Of course, when everyone's fit, you might want to throw in Martial or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, that was our strongest lineup. I've got no problems with the lineup. Let me know, guys, if you guys have a problem with the lineup, but I don't. I didn't really. Maybe Aaron Wan-Bissaka could have started ahead of Dalot because of Saint Maximum, you could argue. Maybe Sabitzer could have started ahead of Fred. Come see, come saw. I don't know, man. But yeah, that was near sort of the ideal starting lineup for me anyway. So I got no problems with that. But like I said, yeah. In terms of the game, guys, do you know what? It was a very scrappy start in the first 5 minutes. The game started very quickly on both teams. You could tell it was a cup final. The atmosphere was wild. The intensity was insane. And you can just feel the energy and the players could feel it. And you could feel the nerves in the way the players started the match. No team really got a foothold in the game. Definitely not in the first 5-10 minutes. It was just end to end, scrappy. Nobody was stringing more than 3 or 4 passes together sometimes. It was just one of those games in the first 5 minutes anyway. And then we had a chance. United had a chance. It was actually Weghorst's shot within the first 12 minutes. And I think that was a bigger chance than people think, actually, because Weghorst actually had time. I know he made space for himself, but he actually had a bit of time. And I think he should have done better with the opportunity, but it is what it is. Weghorst hasn't scored a lot of goals, and I know a lot of people have noticed that, of course, and have stated that fact. But in Weghorst's defence, I will say he offers us a lot more. I know he's not scoring a lot of goals, but the way he holds the ball up, the way he brings others into play, the way he runs and he works for the team, he offers up more than just the goals. So he does need to score, I admit, but he does work for the team, Weghorst. He does. But yeah, like I said, the first half, especially the first 20 minutes, both teams were just very defensively disciplined. Newcastle, we saw today exactly why Newcastle don't concede many goals. Because today, the goals that we scored, for me, it's just fine margins. It wasn't really big Newcastle defensive errors, you know. Newcastle held a good shape within the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Both teams were pressing really well. And essentially, Newcastle focused most of their attack down the wing play with St. Maximin. Dalot got booked early on in the match, but other than that, and other than the chance that St. Maximin had, I think, on the 30th minute when Sean Longstaff crossed it in and St. Maximin did a bit of skill and got past Dalot and he shot straight at the hay. But other than that, Dalot defended quite well against St. Maximin. I think he kept him to sort of having very few chances. So, but we scored. United scored, and it was really against the run of play. Newcastle started having more possession of the ball. They started building more attacks at this time, but we essentially scored against the run of play. It was a free kick, and it was a Luke Shaw free kick. And listen, guys, Casemiro is the hero. This guy is the best DM in the world. Like I've said in many videos before, one thing that has surprised a lot of people, not me, but has surprised a lot of people, is his ability on the ball. He's not just a guy who cleans up and tackles. He can play football. And he's such a threat in the air, man. I didn't even know he was such a dominant person, and not even just dominant aura. His ability is to read the game, to close people down, to, like I said, not just intercept the ball, but sit back and block the space and block the passing lanes. To read the game, he's just this guy, man. He's good. He's good. He's good at what he does. He's the best DM in the world. And that goal, the passion in his eyes, man, that guy. To me, Casemiro should be United captain personally, but that goal just calmed everyone down. It settled everybody's nerves. Settled my nerves. I was like, okay, cool. Whew. All right, chill. Because, like I said, Newcastle was starting to cook. Newcastle was starting to pass the ball a bit better than we were. And then, once again, fine margins, man. Fine margins. United's second goal. Rashford. It was an own goal, technically speaking. We won the ball high up, pressing. Weghorst plays the ball through. Rashford, left foot, comes off the defender, loops over the goalkeeper. Unfortunate, but these, like I said, fine margins. It was just these small margins. We didn't play that well in the first half. We weren't dominating the game. Newcastle, like I said, were growing into the game more than we were. But against a run of play twice, we scored, and that was like a flipping sucker. That must have been like a sucker punch for Newcastle. It must have been, you know. And essentially, the game was won. The game was essentially won after that. I think the commentator even at the time said that Newcastle had 66% possession. But what would they do with it? You know. But yeah, first half, Antony was sourcing. Listen to me, man. Let the guy source. We're 2-0 up. Let him. Listen, football's an entertainment business. You can't just be always moaning when someone's doing skills, when someone's trying to entertain us. Let him entertain us like Robbie Williams. Let him do it. That's what he's getting paid for. Listen, these guys on a moan when Antony's doing skill. He's just there sourcing, enjoying himself, just doing his samba. Listen, it was beautiful. It was good to watch. Antony was doing his thing. Do you know what also I've noticed as well? When we play with Weghorst, of course, we played it long. A lot of the times when Newcastle did their pressing thing and tried to close us down, we were like, okay, knock it over. And with Weghorst, we can hold the ball up. Sometimes, you know, he was a bit sloppy, Weggy, with his hold-up play. But usually he holds the ball up quite well. And we did that to relieve pressure. So we got one thing about United I'm noticing under Ten Hag, basically, is that we have different ways of playing. Yes, you know, I like when we had Eriksen midfield. When we had Eriksen midfield, I think we sourced a bit more. We kept possession a bit more. But we've got Weghorst as our striker, which means he can hold the ball up. We can play it long. And of course, if Martial's fit, whenever that is, we can play it differently. Then we can play Rashford down the middle and If you're gonna play a high line against us when we have Rashford down the middle, then you're stupid. So we got sort of different ways of playing. So you can't just like set up a. We can set up different ways against different opposition. I think that's what Ten Hag likes. That's what Ten Hag wants, and that's what we could do. And we scored, like I said, 2 goals against technically the run of play, but that just settled us, man. That settled us down really well. And Newcastle, they huffed and puffed for the first half, but in the end, they didn't really have nothing. They didn't have nothing really, and you know, I was comfortable. I was calm. I just relaxed myself, sat myself down, grabbed myself a drink. I'm still tipsy now doing this video, but it doesn't matter. We move on. And yeah, second half started. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, like many people thought would have started, came on for Dalot. I think that was the right call. Dalot was on a yellow card, and Maximin looked like he was not going to stop. So I think it was good to bring on Aaron. Isak came on for Longstaff for Newcastle as well. So that change happened. And you know what? First 15, 20 minutes, Newcastle continued dominating with the ball. United, they didn't really have any possession. But once again, we were disciplined. We defended really well. This is a good Newcastle team. And United didn't look like they were going to concede. Newcastle huffed and puffed, but Fred, Casemiro, Bruno, everyone was running. And there's one thing I've noticed about this team as well. Under Ten Hag, everybody runs. Everybody runs for each other as well. You know, it's not just, it's your man, you get him. Or it's your man, you get him. Or when Rashford used to just jog back, or Bruno used to just, no. Everyone's running back. Everyone's running for each other as well. And that's what happened in the second half. United weren't that good on the ball. We weren't that good on the ball. Clearly, we weren't that good on the ball. Otherwise, Newcastle wouldn't have had 66% possession. But yeah, it was also an Aaron Wan-Bissaka versus St. Maximum show as well in the second half. And as we know, Aaron, 1-on-1, just don't try. And he marshaled Maximum so well. Like, he was like, no, relax. You might want to, you're trying to get my hairstyle, but you can't do this. You can't get past me, bruv. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that little tussle was really, really interesting. But Aaron came out on top, as he usually does. And even though, like I said, United didn't have the ball, I didn't really feel threatened by Newcastle at all. Fred came off for Sabitzer around the 68th minute. Weghorst came off for Scott McTominay. I understand that change from Ten Hag. I guess he wants to shore up the midfield. I know Gary Neville disagreed with the change. I understood it. Essentially, by shoring up the midfield, United got back into the game. There was a bit more balance to the game when or after he made those substitutions. And I think Ten Hag makes good subs. There's one thing you can say about our manager. He makes good subs. He's not like Oli. I mean, I'm always going to think about the fact that Oli, in a cup final, literally did not make one single substitution in 90 minutes and has watched us lose. Ten Hag will never do that. Ten Hag, listen, if he puts you on and you're not doing your job, he will sub you off. Like Ten Hag makes really good substitutions. Really good. And that's one thing that's really good about our manager. But yeah, essentially the game just fizzled out. United didn't feel threatened. Antony came off for Jaden. Maguire also came onto the field to have a bit of fun, to absorb the atmosphere. I mean, this might be the one and only trophy. Maybe, I mean, we might win other trophies, but you'd think maybe Maguire might leave the club next summer. So it's good that, you know, he feels good. Just send him off with a Carabao Cup and a few trophies to say thank you for, you know, your years, but no thank you. Goodbye. But yeah, man, it feels good. It feels good, guys. I don't even know what to say. I've been lost for words in this video because I'm just buzzing right now and I'm tipsy and it's mad. It's mad, man. Just be happy, guys. Be happy. Enjoy it. This could be 1 out of, I'm going to say 3. I'm not going to talk about the league yet, and people want to talk about us being in the title race. No. However, I will say that Europa League, very, very high possibility we could win that. And also, of course, we're still in the FA Cup. And I believe, I don't know, are Arsenal still in the FA Cup? I'm not quite sure. I think they are. But anyway, I don't know. Tell me if they are. But those are the three that I'm focusing on. If we get 2 trophies this year in Ten Hag's first season, and this is his first of, he's not even got started. He only had 1 transfer window. Of course, 2 transfer windows now, but this guy is still rebuilding. He hasn't got his players yet. So that's why people are getting angry now. The opposition, the ops, the Liverpool fans, the Chelsea fans, the Man City, Arsenal fans, they're getting louder now. They're getting scared. And I don't blame them, because it's time. It's time for people. It's time for United to come back. Hopefully, this club will get sold. I don't know how you guys think about who should, own it next, or who should buy it next. Human rights this and human rights that, and money this and green money and blue money and red money and clean money and all these moral debates. Right now, this is not the time for that right now. But I just want the club to be sold. I want the Glazers to go away, far, far away. Take your money, take your profit, take your 4 billion profit, because you bought the club on debt anyway, and go suck out somewhere else, bruv. Go away. Just F off. And just get some new owners who can flip and put some money into the club and put this club back to where I think they should have been, But yeah, onwards and upwards, guys. Enjoy your evening. Drink your juice, drink your wine, drink your beer, smoke your smoke it, yeah? Do your thing, because United are back. United are back. You get me? Hold tight Casemiro, hold tight Fred, Varane, Martinez, hold tight the whole squad. You know what I'm saying? Antony, good game today. Rashford, he worked hard. Weghorst ran his socks off. It was, do you know what it was? It was just a workman performance. It wasn't an amazing performance by any one player, but we just got the job done, and that's all you need to do. Sometimes in finals, yeah, you just need your dogs. You need your dogs to carry you, and that's what happened. The spine, the Varane, Martinez, Fred, sort of Casemiro spine, just carried the team, the dogs. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened today. It wasn't all pretty. It wasn't all pretty today. Newcastle played okay in terms of keeping the ball, but the small margins, when it mattered, we had the guys, we had the personnel to just get that dagger in that heart. But yeah, onwards and upwards, guys. Let's do it. Because the opposition, the ops, they're scared now. They're frightened. Because United, we're not even playing well. And we're still just saying, no, we're going to win. We're going to beat you. And when the swag's back, and when the confidence is back in the flipping players, when the confidence is back in the fans, in the fan base, it's not good. It's not good for everybody. I can't see how it can be. How can it be? No. And we're back. Ten Hag, we've got this bald man, bruv. We've got this professor, yeah, at the Realm, winning 1 trophy in his first 6 months. It's not right what he's going to... What you're about to see within the next few years. It's... Yeah. Onwards and upwards, guys, man. Celebrate. Be happy. Thanks for tuning in. It's been good, man. Cheers. United for life. Next match. I think we got a match in a week. In the midweek, yeah. So the next reaction is going to come soon. Subscribe, like, share. Share it. This video is going to be a mad one. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I hope I don't look as waved. Doesn't matter. I don't care. We move. Anyway, peace out, people. If you're not